Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a walkthrough tour of my Alice in Wonderland-inspired Forgotten Lands in the main valley. So as of right now, we have a couple days left before the new Alice update is coming to the valley, and we are definitely going to be looking forward to some new items, furniture items, decor, clothing, just a bunch of Alice things coming to the game. And I wanted to show you guys my Alice build that I have made a couple of months before the Alice update arrives. And so today is going to be a lovely little tour of what I did with my valley with the Alice in Wonderland items we currently had, whether it is Starpath items or just little craftable things from Storybook Vale. And yeah, I hope to give you guys some inspiration, and I look forward to seeing this build evolve once we get all of the new items. So let's begin. Starting from the very beginning, you are hit with a very stunning visual. I wanted to make the first impression pretty bright and pretty whimsical so that you know what to expect for the remaining of the build. And so you are immediately greeted by this Touch of Magic checkered rug over here. Yes, this is Touch of Magic, and I will have a tutorial for this later in my later video that I'm going to make with Touch of Magic Alice in Wonderland items. So look forward to that. Right over here to my left, I thought it would be cute to add a little Easter egg over here. So these are the Try Me cookies that Alice eats when she wants to grow big. And then alternatively, there's a mining potion I put over here, and that is just to make you grow small. Just little Easter eggs I've planted throughout this build. And over here we just have, for easy access, we got Goofy's stall so that you can easily sell and buy items. Moving on to my favorite area of the build, we've got the Blue Caterpillar's Cove over here, and this fishing bubble seems to never go away, which bothers me to no end, but we'll just ignore that. And please ignore the memories. I am doing my part in preparing for the Starpath. If you know, you know. So over here we use a lot of these mushroom trees, which look very nice and definitely give Alice in Wonderland. However, these items, they just have a really large footprint, and so it's kind of hard to decorate with that in such a small space anyway, but we made it work. So I just wanted to add a bunch of glowing items. So there's a lot of foliage that you can buy from Scrooge, like these anemones, and also these glowing mushrooms from Storybook Vale. And right over there we've got the Blue Caterpillar just chilling. And I thought it was really cool to add these zirconium whatever craftable tiles here from Eternity Isle. I think they just complement the area very nicely, and yeah, I like it. And more optical illusions with my favorite wrought iron lights over there. It just gives that nice little glow and really helps it all feel very whimsical. Topped with my favorite Dreamlight trees. Just look at that sparkle. Moving on, so we have over here just a filler area. This is where I keep my vacuum. I think that the vacuum just already glows, so it kind of helps that it's already with a bunch of other glowing items. And here we just have another Easter egg. This is from Oswald, but you know, time, clocks, that's just kind of Rabbit's thing. So over here we have the beginning of our mini maze, and there are two directions you can go through. We have over here just another maze that leads to another area, but I'm gonna show you right now my forest. So over here you're gonna notice that my build is basically just a bunch of optical illusions. You probably would have seen something like that in my Winnie the Pooh build, where I talked about how I place a bunch of trees and then a lot of these wrought iron lights behind them to give the illusion that there is more to the build than the eye can see. And you can definitely see that over here. We're just gonna pretend that that's like a very deep and large woods over there, when really it's just the small island of the Forgotten Islands. So we love optical illusions. Made sure to put a bunch of these foliage from Eternity Isle and these amazing teacups from Storybook Vale, which up until recently I hadn't been able to craft more, but turns out you just have to complete Storybook Vale to do that, which took me way too long to actually find out. So as we keep going around our little forest area, I have another Easter egg from the movie, and it is the talking flowers. You know, the one where they basically bully Alice. It's kind of sad, but also a little bit funny. So over in this area, we've got the area where there's a bunch of flowers, and I assume with this update, we're going to be getting a lot more talking flowers, as that was in their emoji teaser. So cute little area there, and I just love combining these massive tree arches with the lights. It really gives this like whimsical feel to it. And yeah, I'm in love with that. Here's a deeper look of the forest. There's just a lot of wrought iron lights, and believe me, this is a perfect way to just conceal that abomination of a treehouse that we cannot move. It's still there, but I mean, I did my best to hide it. Over here, we've got the entrance to the Red Queen's castle. It's not as grand as I would have hoped, but I was sort of limited with what I had with the Forgotten the Forgotten Lands, but I'm probably going to do another build that is just like this, but massive scale in the Forgotten Island. Over here, we've got our Touch of Magic guards, and they're not perfect, as you can see, but I mean, they look great from this angle, right? So yeah, I made the red heart one, and then I also made the spades guards, and they're made out of Touch of Magic wardrobes, and I tried to make them green in the background to just kind of go up against these topiaries. So yeah, that's very fun. I'll have that included in my Alice Touch of Magic video. Now, one thing I did, which was so silly of me, I basically made it so that if you want to go to the other area, you have to go all the way back in the forest, which might seem inconvenient. However, I kind of like it because it sort of forces you and your visitors to explore the entire biome so nothing goes missed. And yeah, we're gonna do exactly that. So over onto the left side of the Forgotten Lands, we have our little maze. It's not too complicated because this is just a narrow strip, and we have more of these little tables, and they have more potions and more cookies, which FYI, it's a pretty good strategy if you're just running around the valley and you're low on your food or you just need a potion. I can just pick these up. So got little potions there, especially the mining ones. They just seem to be the most helpful lately. And yeah, as we go on with this maze, we're going to see another guard here. I fenced this area off because the villagers were annoying me while I was trying to do this walkthrough. But anyways, yep, and there's Donald Duck right there. Over here, we've got our Unbirthday tea party, and very nice. I can just sit here. I hope we get more items in relation to this, which I'm sure we will, but I just wanted to make a very iconic scene from the movie, and I hope we get more Mad Hatter stuff inspired. And over here, I just thought this was kind of cool. I made a little corner with the roses, except one half is red, the other one is white, because it's like Alice has to paint the roses red. Get it? So, but these look purple to me, which kind of defeats the purpose. So I hope we get something like this over here where they're actually red. But yeah, and that is my entire Forgotten Lands tour. So this is the overview of my build, and so you really get to see all of the different colors in this area. In the beginning, we just have a bunch of these little glowing items that really make it pop, and then over here is the layout of my maze, and it's a pretty small maze, just like I told you, but it does its job. And over here we've got our little forest, and I can kind of show you closer up that there's really not a lot of space. If you look at this like from far away, you can tell that there's not a lot of space to work with, but once you're actually standing there, because of those lights and because of the way I layered them with the trees, they kind of give the illusion of a bigger space. And of course we have our little flower beds over there. And coming around over here, we see that eyesore of a treehouse, but next to it, we see our Unbirthday party. If you guys liked the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments which part of this build was your favorite and what you most look forward to with the Alice update. Until next time, friends, bye!